Continuing Basic Chemistry, Part 4, Classifying Reactions. The New Mexico 8th grade science standards that this unit meets. And the unit essential question, how do chemical reactions help us examine the nature of matter? Turn to page 91 in your notebook and set up your paper for Cornell note-taking. The essential question, how are chemical reactions classified? Well, there are 4 classifications for chemical reactions, and the first one is called a synthesis reaction. It's a reaction in which 2 or more substances combine to form a new compound. So you can see these 2 items synthesize to form this new compound. So in the reactants, we have 2 or more things that will combine to give us one new compound. This is a synthesis reaction. The second reaction is a decomposition reaction, a reaction in which a single compound breaks down to form 2 or more simpler substances. So it's the opposite of a synthesis. Here we have our compound in the reactants, and then through the chemical reaction, we end up with 2 separate items in the products. So again, decomposition. You start with one compound, and it breaks down into 2 or more simpler substances. This is called a decomposition reaction. The third one is single displacement reaction. This is a reaction in which one element takes the place of another element in a compound. You can see we have zinc plus HCl in the reactants. After the chemical reaction takes place in the products, you see now we have zinc no longer by itself. Zinc replaced the hydrogen next to the chlorine, and now hydrogen is by itself. Okay, so this is a single displacement reaction. Zinc bumps hydrogen, so now in the products we have zinc chlorine and hydrogen. The fourth reaction is called a double displacement reaction. This is a reaction in which ions from 2 compounds just exchange places. So you can see that the sodium is starting next to the chlorine, and the silver is starting next to the fluorine. After the chemical reaction takes place in the products, we see that the sodium is now next to the fluorine, and the silver is now next to the chlorine. So these 2 ions switch places into the products. This is called a double displacement reaction. On page 90 of your notebook, you're going to create a tree map for these chemical reactions. Make sure that you make your paper landscape so that you have enough space to do the activity. You're going to cut and paste different equations into the appropriate category. When you finish with this tree map, you're going to continue to work throughout the unit on your choice projects.